Having a business strategy is very vital for any organization. So how do we create a business strategy? We asked Howard Lichtman, the principal of the Lightning Group, who creates new revenue-generating opportunities for businesses.
So how do you come up with a business strategy? It's really, again, going back to basics and fundamentals. The first thing you really have to understand is what your product is all about and who cares about it. So a real understanding about your product. Now, one of the fundamental mistakes that a lot of companies make is when they look at their product, they talk about features. We have this feature and that feature and that feature, and the reality is that people don't buy features, they buy benefits. You don't buy a hammer because it hammers. You buy a hammer because the hammer can put a nail into a hole. It's about getting the nail into the hole and securing the wood. So think from a benefits perspective, not from a features perspective. So what are the benefits that the product that's being offered provides? And then ask yourself, who needs that benefit? Right? And who needs that benefit the answer to that may not be one customer, it may be multiple types of customers. So, and once you do that, you want to isolate, okay, now I'm going to figure out how I'm going to go after that particular customer segment. And you go, okay, do I have to adapt my product for that segment? How do I market to that segment? How do I speak to that segment? How do I reach that segment? And behind all of that, because people have limited resources, when you established all of these segments and when you figured out what you need to do to service them and what you need to do to communicate them and how much it costs to do all of that, you want to rank order those segments, because if you're really good, you may come up with 7 segments. The likelihood is most businesses don't have the financial resources or the human resources to tackle 7 segments from a resource perspective. So figure out a criteria ahead of time before you're even identifying them and say, here's how we're going to rank order those segments. So it may be ease of entry of that marketplace. It may be how much our product is already appropriate for that marketplace. It may be the cost or lack thereof of having to reach them. Right? You can establish, and how big is the segment? And is the segment very competitive? You can go on and have 7 or 8 criteria, and then you apply those criteria to all of the identified segments, and you say, given all of that, the top 3 opportunities is A, B, and C. And then it's up to the business together with the students to tackle A, B, and C. You don't want to hopefully rely just on one, because you don't know for sure. It's an art and a science combined. So you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, and you would tackle those 3, and you would see what you can do from a results perspective. If it worked, great. If it doesn't, you've got the other ones to move on to.